everyone? Jason Gilbo here at JGilbo11, breaking down some stacks for today's slate. Got 13 games on hand, some decent pitching options. Once again, a lot of high totals. There's nothing under 8. So you're getting some good stuff here, a lot of offense as usual. Top 3 stacks for me tonight. We'll start with Detroit. Really like their numbers against Ian Kennedy for one, but also this team is starting to come around a little bit. Against right-handed pitching, they're pretty strong. The hard contact rate's up. You look at some of these guys here, Ian Kinsler, 336 WOBA this year against righties. Avila, 439. Cabrera, struggling a little bit, 308 WOBA, 183 ISO, but obviously his potential. JD Martinez, just nothing, both ISOs over 200. So a lot of options here. You look at Kennedy against righties this year, hasn't been bad. On 295 WOBA, but 35% hard contact rate. FIP and XFIP up over 5, 1.85 home runs per 9. Against lefties, he's always had issues in the past. 43% hard contact rate, 319 WOBA, FIP, XFIP near 6. The regression's coming in the ERA department. There's definitely some blowups coming for him as well. Against a team that knows him, has hit him hard in the past. It could be a spot as well. Royals bullpen also isn't the strongest too. So Tigers in a good spot, really underpriced on DraftKings again. You get Miguel Cabrera at a discount. Avila's at a discount. Upton, Martinez not badly priced. You can use Kinsler as well. So very much in play for me. Like the Tigers tonight. Good run total there for them. A lot of upside. As far as the next stack goes, going a little bit contrarian with this one. I like Minnesota, and that's a lot just due with because Porcello is allowing a ton of hard contact. This is one of those ones where I do it's a little bit boomer bust. So bear with if you're building multiple lineups. It could go out and pan out to be a low scoring one for Minnesota, but also the upsides there. You look at Porcello, 351 WOBA to lefties this year, 46% hard contact rate. 46% is just insanely high. You're going to have to deal with some guys like Kepler, Grossman, Rosario, Eduardo Escobar. There is some upside here with those lefty bats. Fortunately, Fenway's not great for lefty power, but you look at the weather, it's not bad, warmer weather, so I don't hate it. It's going to go a little bit overlooked. You look at Brian Dozier, 180 ISO against righties, Sano, 266 WOBA, 266 ISO. You look at Porcello against righties, getting hammered as well, 374, 40% hard contact rate, 1.45 runs per 9. There's just upside, and once again, Minnesota has seen Porcello playing in the AL Central. Pedestrian numbers against them in the past, but they're going to be completely overlooked tonight. One of the mid, run totals, you're not going to get anything crazy popping out there, but especially with people just kind of looking to stack Red Sox as well against the lefty, which I don't mind, but they're more just one-offs and two-offs. I don't know if I'll go the whole stack just because the power hasn't really been there this year, but wouldn't be surprised to see them put up a big number as well. But like we said, it was just scattered out last night. I could see kind of one of those nights again. As far as other offenses go, if you're looking out late, obviously Arizona is very much in play against Wainwright. Wainwright struggles when he gets outside of Busch Stadium. He struggles with lefties. You're going to get Gregor Blanco. You're going to get David Peralta, Jake Lamb, Descalso, maybe Chris Herman's in there. If that's the case, big-time power potential. You look at Lamb, 281 ISO against righties. Descalso, 190 ISO. Chris Herman, 255 ISO, and obviously Goldschmidt against righties, 439 WOBA, 296 ISO. There's just a lot of power. There's a lot of potential. This is a team that's always going to be popular. People are going to be looking to stack against Wainwright on the road in Chase Field. So they're definitely coming as a high-end option. They're a little bit pricey, but in a good spot. If you're looking to be kind of contrarian, obviously Houston's in play. They're expensive. People are kind of off paying those prices altogether, but they're in play. Kansas City's kind of drawing my interest a little bit more as I look here. Daniel Norris against right-handed bats is still allowing a ton of hard contact, 41%, 343 WOBA. Not allowing a ton of home runs, but not a high ground ball rate either. And you look at some of these right-handed bats are actually playing really well right now. Kane and Salvador Perez hitting well, 184 ISO against lefties for Perez. Kane historically has hit lefties well. This season has been a little bit soft. Jorge Bonifacio, 222 ISO against righties. Whit Merrifield, 164 ISO, 340 WOBA. So kind of some sneaky front four right-handers in that Kansas State one. A cheap one, so you can pair them with a Strasburg if you want. So there is some upside, but not in a bad spot there. So outside of that, you can look at Milwaukee and Cincinnati again. That ballpark's played really well for hitters. Would not be opposed to stacking both sides, but they're also just kind of in notable spots just because Great Americans play pretty highly. So that's going to wrap things up with me. You can head over to DaveFantasyCafe.com, check out the great tools and content.